So there's really no other place in Java where they use bamboo?
There are many. There are many kind of different samples, but this is probably also in Sunda. But if you go to Sunda, you will see they also have Calung.
Mm-hmm.
And the manufacture of the single sound bodies is the same, basically. But in Sunda, they didn't develop an ensemble form for this with these kind of instruments. So they have Calung Jinjing, Calung Renteng. Most of them are single-person instruments used in the sawah, in the field, for refreshing while working. In Banyumas, they developed bamboo music in this kind of form of ensemble music. This is not a full ensemble, we still miss one instrument plus Tentang.
We need to stop that.
I have to check this work.
We should probably talk a bit about it.
Yeah.
And then show it.
Yeah.
So is there any other, those are really good points. Is there any other points that are imperative that we say before we show it? Because we'll probably do a vlog and
Sure. And I understand you will show this in a couple minutes maximum.
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult because I've been studying this stuff for 3 years. It's really difficult to find a synthesis of what's more important to say. I'm an ethnomusicologist, so my way of looking goes always to the musical techniques.
Yeah.
Another important thing from here is the techniques of playing these fucking gambans. You cannot find any technique similar to this in any part of Java. And that's great. Starting from the imbal, so the two players, these two instruments, gambang penerus and gambang barung, are completely the same. And the two musicians always build the interlocking pattern. So I play on the beat, these one play on the offbeat, always. The interlocking pattern are unique of this region. You cannot find it anywhere else. And also the gambang pattern. So let's make it easy. The imbal patterns, the interlocking patterns, are used in the fastest parts of the song. When the tempo gets lower, the density of the notes played gets higher. So irama change, we call it irama. When the irama gets from irama satu to irama dua, the tempo, general tempo of the song gets lower, but the sounds you play get double. So it becomes really fast stuff, and the patterns of this gambang, the pattern of this melodic elaboration are unique to this region as well. What's the most interesting thing? Each person, you have to understand about the structure of gending first, another sele. So basically, one gending, one composition is based as a certain number of tonic centers, let's say. So there are some notes inside the gending which has a main function. So these people is constantly improvising. The most important thing is that they fall always on the same nada celeste, central tones.
Yeah.
Pakel never studied. He has 1,000 ways different to play the same gending. He can change it every time he plays, but he always falls on the fucking same nada celeste. So he knows that in that time, in that part of the gending, we are nada celeste. He can do what the fuck he wants before reaching there, but he will always reach that point. And yeah, they never studied with actually nowadays they study with we went to the school, right? They study with the tulisan, with the kapatian. They write music, but these people never wrote music before. So the way of study was just nyanyi. The guru probably sang the tunes, and they memorize it by playing it. So without written stuff. And that's why the village practice is much more interesting, in my opinion, than the academic one. Because in academy, they started writing down this music, they started formalizing this music. While here it's completely, the bus is still free. It's kaya kampung, this is kampung style. It's completely free from any kind of rules. Only this principle of magnetic attraction through the natasele, the tonic center of the gending. This is from my point of view, one of the most interesting things. So this is a place where you can still, there is Anderson Sutton, an important scholar who wonder about, do Japanese musicians still improvise after this music entered the academy, after the notation formalized this music? Fucking yes. He said no, fucking yes, in the village they still improvise. There is still a strong practice of improvisation here. And you will see it tonight with Pakel, with Pakistan. They are great musicians. None of them went to school. Holy shit. here an example of how they teach irama and density of songs. So this song starts slow. Again, doubling. So it's a continuous shift and variation in performing tempo. There are a lot of interesting characteristics. The Tentang, it's always shifting the tempo and the dynamics. The vocals are interesting as well because the people who play the gambang are supposed to follow the vocals as well. And we are gonna listen to this in them as well. So basically, if I'm playing alone and if I'm playing with the singer, the path could radically change every time because I am influenced by the path chosen by the singer as well. So there are tons of aspects that are interesting. I don't know if you ask me to resume a few stuff, that's what I told you before. So basically, the strong link with the social identity of Banyumas, cultural identity of Banyumas, the importance of the lyrics because they represent local life, the importance of the manufacture. This is what they have. This is bamboo. They have bamboo over here, and of course they play bamboo music. They also play gamelan, the metal gamelan. But this, for me, this is still representing more their cultural identity. We are far from the courts of Surakarta and Jakarta here. People didn't get that much into that kind of culture, even if they were dominated by Surakarta people, Yogyakarta people. This is the buka, the opening of the song.